Hello guys and welcome to my channel. I am Lorenzo. For those who don't know me, I play FromSoft games like Sekiro, Elden Ring, Armored Core, and I consider Elden Ring as my favorite. So on that note, I personally have a record time of over 1000 hours or more in Elden Rings. So to give back to the community, I'm doing this walkthrough for the beginners and also for those who want to who are interested in buying this game or who wants to play this game. So yeah, you can base it off my walkthrough. So this walkthrough would cover the base game and also the DLC. So we're starting off first from the base game. And here when we start new game, you'll see these many classes here. So I'll explain each class to you. So this one is Vagabond. So a pretty balanced build. As you can see, all the stats are evenly allocated to each. So yeah, pretty good starting class also. This one is only focuses on dex. So as you can see, the dexterity stat is high on this one. So it's at 16. And this one mainly focuses on strength. So if you're a strength build, you want to start off with this one to give you a big boost on strength, 16. Also, this one is like an assassin type build. So bandit. It also focuses on arcane and also dexterity. This one is for the intelligence builds, the mage builds. So mainly focusing on magic, sorceries and stuff. So you can see intelligence 16. This one focuses on fate. So for the fate builds, so you can see fate 16 is the highest stat. And this one mainly focuses also on dexterity and strength. So we will be starting off with samurai, since it has a good balance of strength and dexterity. And also fate and arcane, we'll be going to use that for our incantations or buffs. So other classes are okay, like this one too, evenly balanced, strength and dex. Oh sorry, dexterity and intelligence. So this one's a bit of a hybrid build. And this one, Prophet, also good for fate builds. Yeah, I mostly use this class for fate builds because of the starting weapon. And also the wretch. So as you can see, 10 stats across the board. But yeah, you have limited items on this, so I would not recommend this one if you're a beginner. So overall, what I can say for these classes is it doesn't matter what class you pick, because at the end of the game, you'll be able to respec, or technically not at the end of the game, at the middle of the game, you'll be able to respec your character, and you can set your stats up to whatever build you want. So for the purpose of this walkthrough, I'm going to start with the samurai class. So let's pick this one. I'll just name this one base game. And a quick note for the keepsakes, Crimson Amber Medallion, that increases maximum HP, as you can see on the descriptions above. So I'll leave it to you to read those descriptions above. But I will be picking the Golden Seed. So this is the tool that you would use, the item that you would use to increase your flasks. So yeah, I'll be picking this one, because I think this is the most effective. Just load my favorite customization here, and yeah, we should be good to go. So I will be skipping some cutscenes, but for the boss cutscenes, I'll let it play. So yeah, I'll just skip this one. Okay, so right off the bat, we have our equipment here. If you press start, let's just unequip this one first. When you press start and go to equipment, you can unequip these items first, because we won't need it at first on the early game. And yeah, you can retain on this one. Also make it a habit of two-handing your weapons, especially for in this walkthrough I'm going to be using a single weapon, and two-handing a weapon would greatly increase your damage. So to two-hand your weapon, I'm using an Xbox controller, so Y and R1 should be the two-hand. And to release the two-hand, just press the two buttons again, Y and R1. So just get this item over here. Let's open this door. Just adjust the sound real quick so we can hear better. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Then after that, just drop down from here. Also be careful when dropping down great heights because there is fall damage in this game. So yeah, be mindful of that. So just continue along this bridge. There will be a boss that will spawn here. You can fight it if you want. Even if you die, that's okay. The quick way to skip this, just let it spawn first and then drop down from here. Yeah, this will take you directly to the cave that you're supposed to go when you die from the boss. So yeah, this is basically like a speedrun shortcut. I will be skipping this. Yeah, there you have. We have our Flask of Crimson Tears, Flask of Crimson Tears and Flask of Cerulean Tears. So basically our healing flask and our mana flask. So drop down from here carefully. Actually, you don't need to do this drop down that I did here. You can just skip it and go ahead towards the door on the top. I'm only doing this for the tutorial so that you guys can see. So basic attacks R1. As you can see from my two-handing, I deal 115 damage. But if I only one hand, as you can see, it's only 76 damage. When I two-hand, now it's 85. Basically, with mobs like this, you can just do an R1. And no need to consume much stamina doing heavy attacks. So you can easily kill them with one R1. So yeah, as you can see, this guy has a shield. You can jump attack. You can do a heavy attack. You can do a heavy attack again until you poise break the enemy. So that's the poise break. So once you see the enemy stagger like that, you can just do an R1. Just get close to him and do an R1. Do not do an R2 because it won't work. It only works on the R1 light attack. Just make sure you're close. And to dodge, just press circle. Or it's in my controller, it's the A button. Yeah, depending on what you set your buttons to. To do a backstab, you can crouch just to sneak to the enemy and press R1 at the back. Make sure you're close enough because when you're far away, you'll just do a normal R1. So we're just clearing this area up. We're near the boss room. Here, as you can see, the enemy's voice break from there. So always remember that jump attacks and charge heavy attacks deal significantly more poise damage to the enemy. So enter here. As you can see, we have a minor boss. You can just easily stagger this by doing a jump attack. As you can see, he's staggered. Then do a critical hit. So it's most effective to do a critical hit or that poise attack there on the front rather than on the back, since at the front deals more damage. So be mindful of that. After that, as you remember, here is the place that we came from. So really we can just take this door here. Here you get your second grace. So if you look here, here's an Imp Statue that's called. So you would need a stone sword key. If you examine it, as you can see, it prompts to use a stone sword key. If you pick the stone sword key earlier on the setup before starting, you can technically use it, but I would suggest not to since this area is pretty advanced and you are still under leveled. And also, there's only like a single item important here. So yeah, not that much important in the early game. So we'll continue along here. Also, elevators can be activated on the center if you step on it. If you want it again to go down, you can see that the center part goes up. You can just step on it again and it will go down. Okay, so let's open this door. And welcome to Limgrave and get your first grace. So there's an NPC here, you would need to talk to him because he would be part of our quest line. We'll advance his quest line.
It will lead me from if Grace to castle home.
So make it a habit that when you're talking to NPCs, you would exhaust their dialogues. What I mean when I say exhaust is talk to him until his dialogue repeats. As you can see here, he's already repeating, maidenless as you are. After that, that should be good. The reason why I'm telling you that is because some NPCs do not advance their quest lines when you don't exhaust their dialogue. So that's very important to remember. Also, you can kill these animals. As you can see, I went here to the left because there's a boss here. As you can see there, which is a tree sentinel. Yeah, I would suggest not fighting him in the early game. Just continue along here. Technically, you can beat him, but yeah, it's pretty challenging. So get this first, Smithing Stone 1. And also talk to this guy. Also, whenever you see merchants, try to make it a habit to talk to them even though you're not gonna buy anything from them, just because it will show up on the map here if you talk to them, as you can see. Sorry, I haven't gotten the grace yet, so this is the grace. When I got this grace and go back to the map, you can see here, so the NPC, the merchant logo is right here, Limgrave-Caelid. So yeah, if you didn't talk to him, it won't appear in here. So yeah, a good thing to note, especially if you need to buy something. Yeah, just make it a habit of talking to merchants. After that, if you remember, I got a smithing stone here. So what are smithing stones? As you can see here on my inventory. So smithing stones are the ones that you use to upgrade your weapons. So smithing stones are divided into two, which are regular smithing stones like this one. The one only named smithing stone, and also somber smithing stones that we can get when we traverse through the areas of Elden Ring. So yeah, smithing stones, the regular ones, are used for regular weapons, while somber smithing stones are used for unique weapons. So another question would be, how can I know if it's a regular weapon or a unique weapon? So later on in the game, we are going to go to the Round Table Hold, which is like a barracks for our character. So in there is a blacksmith, and when you go to the blacksmith to upgrade, you'll see that he will show what requirements you should get to upgrade the weapon. So in this case, Uchigatana is a regular weapon, so I know that from experience. So it would need regular smithing stones. So yeah, you can determine it by that, by going to the blacksmith. Okay, so let's continue on here. Also, if you see items along the way, it's not bad to get it. Yeah, it's all free. And also it refreshes every time you rest. You can kill this guy if you want. Just do a crouching position, press L3, and then R1 on the back. If you see an aura like there, like a spirit aura coming out from the enemy, it means that he dropped something, so that's a good thing to remember too. As you can see here, he dropped something, which is good, which is smithing stone. So yeah, let's continue along here. Let's go to the next grace. So this next grace is important because this is the grace that will give us the horse. There will be an NPC that's going to spawn here, which is Melina, and she will offer us the horse. Get this grace and make sure you rest. So once you rest, a cutscene will initiate. You can skip this. Then I'll just skip her dialogue. Select accept. And yeah, she'll give you the spectral steed whistle, which is basically your horse. Okay, so after that you can equip the horse. So I personally equip it on my pouch. Some people do it here on the equipment. But to conserve space, I just equip it here in my pouch. So to equip it, it's Y button on my end, and just select Spectral Steed Whistle. So how do you summon your horse? So to summon your horse, on my controller is just Y and downward. Y downward because I equip it on my downward side D-pad in the pouch. You can tap it quickly, Y downward, or you can hold Y. As you can see, my bottom left menu changed. As you can see, there's the Spectral Steed Whistle. Just press down afterwards. Also, how to unmount on your horse. You can repress the buttons Y and downward, or also you can press L3. You can also do this while sprinting. So L3. That's the fastest way to unmount on your horse, just by pressing L3. Also, when sprinting on your horse, you can just press the button. Sprinting is equivalent to the button of your dodge. So just press the dodge button, basically. Also, you don't need to hold it, you can just tap it. And your horse will continuously run as long as you push the left stick forward. So yeah, a good thing to remember there. So after we get the horse, just go back here, Church of LA. Okay, the reason we're going back here is because we are going to get our spirit summons. So what are spirit summons? There are spirits that you can summon to help aid you in battle and give you an advantage. So you will get it from here, from Rani. Sorry, Rena. Just select this option. I can call the Spectral Steed. And there you have it, the spirit calling though. So exhaust her dialogue, then eventually she will disappear. There we go. You can equip it also on your pouch. I usually equip it on the left side D-pad in here, beside the Spectral Steed Whistle. So just select this, Lone Wolf Ashes, and yeah, should be good to go. So how to use the spirit summons? You can't use it now because there isn't an icon on your left, so that is the indication. From the left side of your screen, there will be a gravestone icon in white. So if you see that, you can summon your spirit summons. So same procedure when summoning, like summoning your horse. In my end is Y and downward. So since I equipped this on the left side, then Y and left D-pad. So after that, just return here. First step, we are going to get gold pickled Fooot. So what is a gold pickled Fooot? This basically increases your rune acquisition for a time. I think a minute or 30 seconds. But it's a pretty long time, so even if you use it early, it's still effective. So as you can see here, if you stop from here, there's a spirit spring at the bottom. So you can go down whenever you see something like this. You don't need to go down directly. You just have to get near it, and you won't take any fall damage. So like this one. Then double jump here. As you can see, I'm not directly on top, but still, I did not take any fall damage. So get that item over there. Then in order to jump back, you should be directly near the spirit spring. So just jump back because there are enemies at the bottom, and jump back up. As you can see, there's a loot over there. We are going to get that too. So carefully double jump and get this silver pickled Fooot, and then go back to gate front. So what's that silver pickled Fooot? That basically increases your item discovery rate. So what item discovery rate is when you're farming enemies, or if you're trying to get an item from an enemy, it increases your chances of getting it. So after that, basically done, and I'm going to switch the weather to morning. Reason why I'm switching weather to morning is because so we can see it clearly. And also make it a habit of switching it to morning, since in this walkthrough I'm not going to fight some nighttime bosses, maybe one or two. Because in this game there are nighttime bosses. If you keep on playing at night, sometimes there will be enemies that will spawn unintentionally over you. So yeah, best to keep it at morning, and also you can see clearly. So after that, I'm gonna try and make it a habit of opening the map so you can see where I can go. So as you can see here, there's a pillar like logo here. So you can see this brown thing that should serve as your map fragment. So just get this one, then quick L3 here to unmount and go down here. We'll get this item over here. Now this one is a pretty important item. I'll explain later when we reach the next grease. So get that whetstone knife and also a bonus Ashapor. And here is the next grease. So just get this grace and we'll rest here. So what we got there is a whetstone knife. As you can see, we do not have this option earlier before we got the whetstone knife. So if you can select this option, Ashes of War. So Ashes of War, in simple terms, is just the skills of your weapon. So what is the skill of my weapon? Like for example here, Uchigatana. As you can see, if you read from top to bottom, Uchigatana, Katana, Slash Pierce, and Unsheath. So Unsheath is the skill of this weapon. So skills use mana, so be mindful of that. It cannot be spammed infinitely. You can spam it many times as long as you have mana. So what is this Ash of War option? So you can equip different Ash of Wars to your weapon or different skills, and you can have different affinities to it. So affinities base it off of your stats. As you can see here, attribute scaling on the middle. As you can see, it increases it to D, but yeah, technically it's still the same. But when we get different whetstones towards the end of the game, you'll have different affinities here, like fire, or blood, or occult. And yeah, I'll explain when we get it. Okay, so after that, yeah, that's basically the purpose of that, Asha for our skills. So flash, let's just use this golden seed to add some additional flash for us. Currently we have 5, so 4 plus 1. I would recommend at the end game you set this to 10 and 4. Oh, so 10 reds and 4 blues. So for now I'm just going to set it to 3 and 2. So yeah, quick note, level up. We can level up later and I'll explain that too. Memorize spell, these are where you put your incantations or buffs or sorceries. So currently we have 2 memory slots, but we will max this out to 10 before we reach the end game. Also sort chests, you can sort your chests because later in the game you'll get so many items and it becomes cluttered. You can use this option to sort the chests. And also, yep, should be able to good to go. After that, just continue along this path here. Also, when you're attacking on your horse, pressing R1 will attack on the right side, while pressing L1 will attack on the left side. So yeah, note to remember there. Also, if you see these things like scarab things, they're called scarabs. You can kill those, but it's gonna be tricky because they're going to run away. But more often than not, they drop Ash of Wars or Smithing Stones, so yeah, be mindful of that. Get this also, Somber Smithing Stone, that's what I'm talking about for their unique weapons. You use that kind of Smithing Stone. Continue along here. When you see this left side, just jump from here, and here's another gold Foulfoot. Carefully drop down. We will be continuing along down this path. Just try our best to avoid the enemies, that's why I'm straying here from the right. Here we have our next grace. Once you get this next grace, just continue along sort of east. As you can see, there's a sleeping bear. Just avoid the bear. And there are 3 loots. Just get this middle one. That's okay if you die, you can reset. Just heal up. Make sure you get this map fragment right here. And then quickly jump on top of these rocks. And get this item over here. This should be our first physic tier. So I will explain when we get the Flask of Wondrous Physic. And quickly go enter here. So activate this elevator. The reason why we're activating this should take us on the first underground area that we can access. But we're not going to finish it yet. I'm just going to get the grace so that we won't have to come back. Since, as you can see, this is a pretty long elevator. So yeah, better to get this early so we won't have to come back. So yeah, I'm gonna drop down if I think it's low enough. So there's the grace, as you can see at the bottom. It's a bit lower, and yeah, I think this should be okay. And yeah, just get this grace, and we'll head on back to the mainland. So to switch back to the mainland, as you can see, it's pretty dark on the map now. It's because it switched to the underground. If you want to go back to the mainland, just press R3. And yeah, just go back here. It's Fooot outskirts. So after that, just head on down here. Oh, before I forgot, let's just head back here. Sort of southeast. As you can see in the distance, there are bats, so that's the indication of where we need to go. When you see these bats, just head right. There will be a bear here also. I think it saw us. And just head up this rock over here. You will see there's a ruin here. Just go through the side path. Get this one. Golden rune. Then unmount from here. Crouch, because there is a sleeping bear there. You might wake it up. Open this chest. This smithing stone too. So just crouch again. Get this Trina's Lily. Reason why we're getting the Trina's Lily is because we are going to be crafting sleeping pots later. And Trina's Lily is an ingredient. So after that, get your first talisman, which is the Axe Talisman. You don't actually need to use it. You can see here it enhances your charge attacks. So yeah, a good talisman to use if you're trying to maximize your charge attacks. After that, as you can see, we aggro the bear, but that's okay. We can teleport. Just go back here. Then we'll continue on. Let's go through here, sort of northeast. As you can see, there's a fallen structure that served as a bridge, so we will cross that. And on top of it is an NPC. So you can see the NPC here. So for this walkthrough, I'm going to kill this NPC because he's not important to our walkthrough. Also, he just gives a dagger which scales on fate. But for this walkthrough, I'm just doing a dexterity build, so we're just going to kill this guy. So unequip your weapon. I just pressed right D-pad so to get it unequipped. So after that, point him to this pointy rock direction here. I kind of aim it like that. Usually takes 2 stomps, so L2. L2, if he doesn't fall, yeah, kick him again. If he aggroes, that's going to be a problem, but that's okay. You can still get a lot of golden seeds for later. As you can see here, he drops a golden seed, so that's pretty important. Just make sure you aim him at the point of the rock. After that, gonna cross here. As you can see, there's a bunch of coffins over here. So every time you see a bunch of coffins like here, and as you can see, there are a lot of loots. So they're all golden runes. So yeah, should get these ones. And also here's the recipe for the sleep pot that I'm talking about. Get this one, that's important. Make sure you get all the runes. We will use these runes for leveling up for later, just to get our initial levels in. After that, carefully drop down. Then head on over to that church over there. Just try to avoid the giant by going this side. And inside there will be a grace. So just get this grace first. Then if you look to your left, get this, our first sacred tier. That should increase the gain of your healing. So get this one too. That's our Flask of Wondrous Physic. So quick note on the Flask of Wondrous Physic, once you collect it, it's automatically equipped. So as you can see, the effect bestows various special effects. So what that means is we can equip some tiers like what we got earlier into this. I can show it here. So you need to rest at a grace and pick this option, Mix Wondrous Physic. And as you can see, you can equip these different tiers, which are basically, in simple terms, buff. So as you can see here, temporarily, restores half HP, temporarily boosts stamina, and also enhances charge attacks. So you can equip this, it will buff your character based on what you've equipped. So for this one, I'm just going to equip first this, and also, yep, charge attacks. Should be good. And yeah, we should be good to go. Later on in the game, we're going to be getting a lot of physic tiers. So yeah. After that, I jump on that window. Just continue along here. You will see the Spirit Spring. Skill this one too. This is completely optional. You don't need to kill these guys. I'm just killing it so you'd have a lot of Ashe Wars when we reach the end game. Just jump on here. Avoid the wolves and just jump up here. Get this Trina's Lily right here for the sleep pot. Just jump on here on the left. Just carefully drop down from here. You can see there's also a bunch of coffins, so we'll loot these two. Make sure you don't miss one. And yeah, after that, just head on back. Also, if you see some skulls like this, you can walk on them through torrent. And yeah, you can get a golden rune from that. Once you reach the edge, just double jump. Just jump on this next Spirit Spring. Also get these mushrooms over here. Reason why I'm getting them is if you can see... oh yeah, I haven't purchased my item crafting yet. Sorry, my crafting kit, so we'll purchase that. So jump from here. So basically, as you can see, the land becomes a bit red. So we're approaching Caelid now. So just continue along here and then jump on this wall and get this grace. So this is the first grace to Caelid. So we will be returning to Limgrave a bit later. We're just going to tackle Caelid for the next episode. So yeah, but before that, I almost forgot. let's buy the crafting kit. So go through there, Church of LA, and buy the crafting kit from this guy. If you don't have money, that's okay. You can use a couple of your runes. Yeah, it only costs 300 runes. So just purchase, then use this crafting kit. So after that, if you pause your screen, you will see item crafting. So that's why we got the mushroom and the Trinus lilies, because it's an ingredient for the sleep pot, as you can see here. So all the items are indicated here and also their ingredients. Okay, so after that, you can continue on the next episode for Caelid. So yeah, I'll stop from here and I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks, guys.